Good morning, friends. Welcome to Springs in the Desert, and if it's your first time here, I'm Desert. Today we are going to be making breakfast burritos. These are the things that I just took out of the freezer for the breakfast burritos and breakfast sandwiches. Okay, so that's all of it, but we'll go through it bit by bit. Okay, this is a regular sausage. These two are Italian sausage. These three are 5% fat beef. We have bacon. We have kielbasa. We have 3 different packages of giant burrito-sized tortillas, and we have a package of cheese. Okay, that will be for the cheese is for the breakfast sandwiches. The ground beef and sausage over there is for the breakfast burritos. The bacon is for the breakfast sandwiches, and this, I haven't decided. It might go in some of the burritos, it might go in a dinner. Good morning. It's actually the next day, but we're starting on the meat for the burritos. Those are the 3 chubs of hamburger meat, the 5% fat, and the 2 Italian sausage and 1 regular sausage. We're gonna add potatoes, zucchini, 3 different bell peppers, onions, garlic, spices. I'll update y'all as it goes along. It was an incredible amount of fat, so I pushed all the meat over to one side, tilted the pan, and put paper towels in to soak up the fat. Our meat is almost completely cooked. You want to have it down to a very fine consistency. I added some chopped potatoes to it, and next we're going to add the onions and peppers and grated zucchini. Okay, this is 3 large onions, chopped small, almost diced, because you don't want them to be big pieces inside your burritos when you're trying to roll them up. I had these in a bag pre-prepared in my freezer, so I'm going to cover this and let it cook down for a while before I add the peppers and the zucchini. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Okay, the frozen blocks are gone. All right, I'll remove this lid and go get the peppers and the zucchini. All right, so I stirred in the onions, and there's a lot of liquid in here again because the onions are giving off their moisture. And now we're gonna put in the zucchini and the 3 bell peppers. These burritos are delicious. I've made these several times before, and my son and I love them. In fact, we love them so much that we eat almost nothing but them once they're made. It's ridiculous, but they are so healthy. We've removed all the grease, and with the onions and the garlic and all the spices and all the vegetables inside, they're just really wonderful. So we're going to cover this up again because these vegetables have a lot of moisture. It has to be cooked out of them, and once it's good and liquidy in there, we'll take the top off and we'll start dehydrating them. So let's take the top off and see how we're doing. Make sure you let that steam go away from you. Okay. Got a lot of liquid in there. Alright, let's stir this up. Start evaporating off some of that liquid. This would be a lot easier with two hands, so I'll see you in a second. Okay, there we are, all stirred in. Now when we make the burritos, I'm going to have to cut those potatoes up into smaller pieces. And we'll be adding beans to them as well. But for now, that is the vegetable and meat mixture. We just have to cook down the water. To continue with the burritos, last night for dinner, I had one. And it was not spicy enough. So you may notice more red in there now. I included 3 cups of fresh Pico de Gallo Salsa in there as well. This container was full. Okay, so now it tastes a lot better. Hi. Okay, we're about to make our burritos. I just wanted to talk to you about something. I had seen many people on YouTube videos cooking using black plastic utensils in their kitchens, and I had heard that they weren't safe to use, but I didn't really understand why. So I did the research on it to find out why. And black plastic household kitchen utensils, takeout containers, hair accessories, and even toys are frequently made out of recycled plastics. And the recycled plastics that are used frequently have fire retardant chemicals in them. And the chemistry journal Chemosphere did a test and studied 203 of these objects that are commonly found in United States households. And in them, they found flame retardants in 85% of the products that were tested. Most contained, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, but I hope so, decabromodiphenyl ether, or BDE 209, which can cause cancer, amongst other things. So I'm getting rid of all the black plastic that's in my kitchen, and I'm using glass, stainless steel. I'm trying to pretty much stick to those. I've heard so much about microplastics being in everybody's food, and I used to use plastic cutting boards, but you see the scratch marks in them after years of use, and where do you think all those little pieces of plastic are going? They're going in your food. So I'm trying to be more careful and more diligent. I've had cancer twice now. I am a 2-time cancer survivor. So if there's something that I can do proactively to keep me from getting cancer again, I'm definitely going for it. Alrighty, now we're gonna go over and I'm gonna wrap up those burritos and show you how to do it. This is what you're gonna wanna have ready. My meat is there on the left back corner. The 2 orange bags are filled with beans. The bag in the front is filled with a grated 2-pound block of Monterey Jack cheese. Next to them on the right are the burrito size flour tortillas, and on the far right is a cookie sheet with some parchment paper on it and a pair of scissors to cut the next bag of beans. Now I completely sterilized the top of my bench freezer before starting with this, and I have washed and sterilized my hands as well, so don't worry. Okay, I'll be right there. All right. Now, I'm going to begin with a line of beans about the size that the burrito will be when it's folded. Beans are so good for your health. And I love them, they're delicious. Now, this meat mixture, since I added the salsa to it, went from good to, oh my goodness, over the top. It's wonderful. Now this is a 1 cup measure, but I am not filling it. Doing about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup, I reckon, per burrito. Now I'm putting about 1/3 of a cup of cheese. Yeah, sprinkle it on top. To fold these, I start from this side and I tuck it in. And you fold over one side, you fold over the other side, and you roll it up and put it on your cookie sheet, seam side down. When you put these in the microwave later, this cheese just melts all in there so beautifully. Now tuck this in kind of tight. Use the tortilla to make it snug so you've got a nice compact burrito. Fold in one, fold in the other, roll it up, and put it on your right seam side down. All right, that's it. I'm going to do that with the rest of them, and I'll get back to you. And there you have it. There's a little bit of meat left in the pan, a little bit of cheese left, a little bit of beans, but there's 23 burritos there in that jelly roll pan. So my son is going to cling wrap each one of them for me, and we're going to put them in silicone bags for storage in the freezer. And I'll show you the finished product. So there you are. Each one is wrapped up in plastic film and then put in these silicone bags and ready for the freezer. So in conclusion on the breakfast burritos, we got 24. I said 23 in the last one because I ate one the night before, if you recall. 24 burritos made out of that one recipe. And the recipe, all of its ingredients and amounts will be listed in the more description section down below. And the breakfast sandwich ingredients, I ended up using the kielbasa for a dinner with white rice and lots of different colored bell peppers and onions, and fried it all up and put it on top of the white rice, and it was wonderful. And I'll show you a short on that one. And the breakfast sandwiches, I ended up putting the bacon in the freezer in packages for future recipes. I ended up using Canadian bacon because the breakfast sandwiches, I used English muffins, and the Canadian bacon is round and fits the breakfast sandwiches just fine. So that'll be a separate video, and I'll put the link in for that too. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for spending part of it with me, and I'll see you soon. Toodles.